Might have to just close my door, 'cause that's the kid doing that schoolwork. Oh, yo, I ain't gonna put these headphones in. And turn that volume down some. Bye, I'm on. Say, go in there and throw that stuff up.
All right, I'm just checking your voice is recording fine, so that's good.
All right, so let me know when I can close my door for a little bit to record. But the kids are doing their schoolwork right now. That's what's in the background.
All right, man, I'm about to jump in character and start rolling with this. All right, and I'll kind of cue you in here in a minute. All right.
All right, just let me know when, and I'll turn my mic back on.
Yes, sir. All right, Stephen Benoit Jericho here. Welcome, everyone, to Albuquerque, New Mexico, as Hybrid makes its way home to its new place in San Diego, California. First off, we've got some hardcore action, as we've got Michael Carter taking on newly signed Mason Brooks. Now, as I posted today, we have Mr. Hunt, the manager, or the handler, rather, of Nightmare Sparks, jumping in with us today.
Thank you.
There is Mr. Hunt. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing pretty good, and I am very thankful for being brought to the show, you know, to let y'all know that Nightmare Sparks saying that, you know, he already got in his mind that he's going to keep popping up until he get what he wants, and he's here to make a statement. He been called and signed to this promotion to higher up his caliber and take on people that he have not dragged into darkness so far. So
that's a good plan. That's why we're called. That's why we're called Hybrid. We mix a lot of different e-feds and wrestlers that don't usually see each other in ring action. So that's a perfect place to complete that goal, Mr. Hunt.
Yeah, I truly appreciate it, you know. And even though y'all don't hear too much from Nightmare Sparks, he appreciates it. He's called out. He's feared. He loves it.
Well, I appreciate you guys putting your Reign of Terror on hold for us after our talks. In the Reign of Terror here, as Mason runs up and delivers a big boot to the side of the skull of Carter. Now back to what I was saying. I appreciate you guys being willing to put Nightmare Sparks' mission of destruction on pause through our pay-per-view, and it sounds like today, as we have a chance to hear you guys out and, you know, see what your demands are, because Sparks has pretty much been holding us for ransom, basically. None of the roster has felt safe. Even the massive Caleb Shaw has felt the wrath of Nightmare Sparks. So what does Nightmare want? What is he demanding now that you have the spotlight here?
Nightmare Sparks simply wants to show up, fight the best, and fight his way, or matter of fact, scare his way to a championship opportunity to where he can show that this new location, this is the place of Nightmare Sparks. You know?
Now it's not every day that we get. Sparks wasn't part of this roster. We had no idea who he was. He just showed up out of the darkness and started slamming our superstars around. That's a hell of a way to try to earn yourself a contract. And I mean, if he can prove himself in the ring, I've been told by management that if Nightmare Sparks can prove himself in the ring against, maybe a mid-level talent, show us what he has, maybe we can offer him some sort of temporary contract. Does that sound like something that...
He's okay with that. He just wants the opportunity. And I would let him know that he can calm down his aggression and get what he wants. He gets the opportunity to prove himself to whoever the talent is. He's going to destroy them.
All right, well...
He's willing to wait for that opportunity.
The boss is listening to this interview very intently, so I don't know if I'll have an answer for you before the end of this episode or not, but I know that our CEO is listening and hearing what you have to say, and he's going to take it in consideration. So, hopefully we can come to some sort of agreement, because after the display I've seen, I, for one, am looking forward to seeing what he can do, standing toe-to-toe and not just coming out and surprising someone. I just want to take a minute. We've got Mr. Rallerson has checked in. New Breed Universe has checked in. We got Sander Cool just pulled up a seat here beside me. Joe Rivers has checked in as well. So just want to give a shout out to you guys. Make sure you know that I see you there in the comments. I'm just trying to be respectful and let Mr. Hunt have his words. Sander's about to mic up with us. And as Sander mics up, Michael Carter sizing up Mason Brooks. He's got Mason Brooks
up
over his head and driving Brooks down to the ground. That could be it. A massive jackhammer from this massive man and a 2 count. Mason Brooks kicks out. Now, these are a couple men that Nightmare Sparks is definitely going to be probably added in to mix it up with the hardcore crew. And these are 2 competitors that are in that division, Mr. Hunt. So keep an eye on these 2 men, because it may be one of them seeing Nightmare Sparks in the very near future, as Mason Brooks now goes for a 2 count after that nasty package DDT he just pulled off. And now he's reaching into the toy box here. What's he going to pull out? Mason Brooks with a baseball bat, clubbing Carter right across the forehead. Carter sliding into the ring and stands up at exactly the wrong time and catches that black baseball bat right in the dome. It doesn't appear to have opened Carter up at all, but he actually stood up rather quickly after that shot with the baseball bat. Sander, welcome to the show here. Some action-packed battle going on, so I didn't get a chance to really get you to introduce yourself here. But welcome to the show, Sander Cool.
Well, I'm glad to be back, Mr. Hunt. It's also good to see you.
Thank you.
Didn't expect you to see here, but I'm glad for this.
Mason Brooks has something in his hand.
He just stage with Nightmare Sparks trying to help taming.
Brooks just shocked Michael Carter with something. He had some electric device in his hand. You can see it sparking, and it looks like Michael Carter has some burn marks on his chest and lower portion of his face. I can't see exactly what Mason Brooks had in his hands there, but I could see something sparking, and he was poking Michael Carter with it.
Didn't he have like a little pocket fire or something like that?
I don't know what it was. It was like it looked like a taser or some sort there. And now Mason Brooks up on the top ropes, superplex down onto the ground. From the top ropes down onto the ground here. Mason Brooks with a nasty superplex.
Well, SPJ, I gotta interrupt. Mr. Hunter, sorry, I gotta interrupt you. The last villain alive real wants to enter HWA, according to the New Breed universe.
I'm not sure who he is, but definitely New Breed sent in a request to my PM there, my private messages. That way we can work out some details if your superstar wants a shot here. And it looks like James Rylerson saw, he said cattle prod. Looks like Mason must have had some sort of modified cattle prod. And there's a 2 count here. And now you can see the effects that it has taken as Michael Carter still out on his back, barely moving. No doubt the effects of that bat shot. And he just cracks Carter across the back. He's continuing to smash Michael Carter with that baseball bat. Now, is Nightmare Sparks going to be able to overcome some things like this here? The shots with the baseball bat, that miniaturized cattle prod. That's the type of things that you'll be seeing.
Nightmare Sparks is immune to all pain. That's why he shows up, cause pain. Direct people to...
1 second, he's got him up high. That jackhammer one more time on Mason Brooks.
See, big guy.
2. In a 3 count, Michael Carter defeats Mason Brooks. Can see he drops down to 1 knee in pain after Michael Carter survived the cattle prod, survived several shots from that baseball bat, including the forehead. Now, Sander Cool, get out of here. Your match is going to take place now.
I'll be right back. I got to take care of a little something.
We've got here, Nora made her way down. No entrance as, Sander Cool was already here with us. Just had to take his jacket off. Nora made her way down. That's her up in the top left, ringside, supporting her friend Sander Cool. He takes on, sporting green hair and green trimmed attire this time, is Adrian Splinter. Last time we saw him, he was all adorned in red. So it's kind of cool seeing, a change of total hair color in a matter of a week or so, I guess. We saw him last. Sander Cool in charge of this one early on. So what did you think so far about that first peek at our hardcore division? Michael Carter picking up a win there, Mr. Hunt. Maybe looks like Mr. Hunt is no longer with us. In a spinning forearm shot there.
I am still here. I just had to... Don't grab me something to drink. I'm just here to watch.
Yeah, help yourself. Nicole will run you something if you'd like.
Yeah. Nightmare Sparks is just wondering, should he pop up here tonight? That's what he been giving me a call, and I'm thinking that after this match, I might have to go and meet up with him and talk to him backstage and let him know what's looking forward to him.
Sander Cool, as you're talking there, Sander Cool leaps over the top rope, delivering an apron DDT on Adrian Splinter. Sander Cool getting a little more extreme here. He found out that he had recently been taken out of the hardcore division and moved over to the brand new television championship division. And he's trying to, maybe prove us wrong here with a little hardcore action, leaping over the top ropes with that DDT onto the apron. Things staying out of the ring here for the most part as Adrian Splinter and Sander continue to do battle at the top of our screen. Now, a little reminder tonight, too, at the end of the show some point, we have our brand new King of the Ring, King James, as he wants to be called. James Black will be actually here in the ring to address the hybrid universe. Now, Sander Cool taking a little ride across the ground here as Adrian Splinter continues to do damage on Mr. Cool. Now finally tossing Cool back in the ring. Action taking place back here in the middle of the ring again, and What a move here by Splinter. I don't know, it looked like he was going for a DDT variant there, but instead spins Sander up and hits him with a powerbomb. What a crazy maneuver that was. Shows some pure strength here. Splinter doesn't look like a very strong guy, but he was tossing Sander around pretty well. Oh, Sander regained his senses there just long enough to dodge whatever that, flipping, rolling over the ropes move Splinter was about to pull off. Splinter now, a kick to the back of the head, diving under Sander and hits him with a sliding German suplex.
Some good action.
We've only seen that pulled off a few times, but Adrian Splinter, kind of a cool move, sliding out of the ring under Sander Cool, delivering a German suplex on his way out as Sander dangled from the ropes. What a maneuver. I sure never seen a lot. Oh, that's it. Sander Cool is gonna... Oh, he found the ropes here. I thought Sander was gonna be rejoining us quickly after that kick to the face, but luckily when Sander fell, his hand was under that rope, so he was able to just reach up and save himself from being pinned here. Good ring awareness from Sander Cool. Now Sander setting Adrian up for something. Nora on the outside, top left, very excited. Sander, a knee to the gut. He's got him up. Pump handle, face buster onto Adrian Splinter. 2 count and 3 count. Sander Cool picks up a win tonight. Nora is loving it, bouncing in joy on the top of the screen here. Take another look at that sliding German suplex from Adrian Splinter. Very impressive move right there. Definitely was.
But I'm going to go ahead and get on out here. I appreciate being here to be able to let y'all know what's coming.
Definitely, it's nice to have heard from you. Don't be a stranger. You're actually a lot more pleasant to speak to than I was expecting, seeing how you're representing, such a monster like Nightmare Sparks.
As long as he's respected, I'll be respectful. If he's double-crossed or anything, the locker room's not safe. So I'll recommend, when his match is set up, I recommend for nobody to interfere, or there'll be a lot of chaos coming to the locker room.
No, I don't think anyone's going to dare to.
I'm about to head on back to the locker room, and hopefully Nightmare Sparks don't make his appearance today.
All right, Mr. Hunt, we appreciate you jumping in. It was good hearing from you. And hopefully we have an answer for you and Nightmare Sparks very shortly.
Thank you.
All right, now we are back in here. Some more hardcore action. We saw Max Fatal, who's trimmed out in red and blue. We saw him coming in second place during the King of the Ring match. And he is taking on the man that Devil Dog had to eliminate to make an appearance in that match, Tyler Consiglio, the crazy clown guy here. Consiglio winning his first matchup and then taking an L, as the younger generation says, to Devil Dog. And now Max Fatal going top shelf, flying frog splash, and no! Consiglio puts his knees up, catching the knees right in the bread basket. And now he's wrapped him up and he's got him in a crossface. Consiglio sort of mocking Devil Dog. Had him wrapped up in that fog of war crossface here. Fatal able to get out of it real quick. I don't know why this clown Consiglio hates Double D so much. I don't think they've ever had any run-ins other than here in HWA, but he's definitely got some issue with Double D here. Now Consiglio gesturing Fatal to get up on his feet. Consiglio reaching under the apron here. Oh, Max Fatal gets up too quick for him there. Takes him back out of that search for a weapon. Now tossing Consiglio around.
That's
Sander,
how you do it.
you're back here with us. Congratulations.
Nora, grab
Sander,
something to drink for
cool.
yourself too. You earned it.
Big win right there, Sander.
Thank you. Hey, Nora, grab a drink for yourself. You earned it too, girl. Yeah, I'll pay. Don't worry.
Nora looked very excited during that match, and after that big win there, congratulations. Adrian Splinter gave it his all today here against you, and you were still able to come up with a win. Now, that last move there, you had some sort of pump handle into a face buster. I don't think I've seen that from you before, Sander. What do you call that?
Well, you know, part of my training with Nora requires sometimes learning new things. So, I showed her this move, and she thought, hey, why do I not help you perfect it? And that's what I did, and, well, I don't have quite a name for it yet, but we're working on it. We're definitely working on it.
As a finisher, it's certainly able to put Adrian away there pretty quickly, so maybe you get used to using it. Maybe you should give it a name. Every great finisher move deserves a name of some sort.
Well, if we are naming finishers, I do have a few names here on the list. Nora, you got the list? We don't have it with us, but we do have it next episode? Awesome.
All right, well, you think on it and you let us know. That way we can give it a proper calling next time you hit that on somebody. And what's going on here? The lights are out, and Consiglio, he just sort of disappeared, and now he's behind Max Fatal. What the hell just happened? I didn't even see him move. He was down on the ground, and then all of a sudden, he's standing behind Max Fatal, and now taking advantage of that, he's got Fatal outside, just delivering damage now. Fatal still shaken. I have no idea what happened there. Consiglio vanished and then all of a sudden reappeared behind Max Fatal.
Who controls the lights? Are the lights still okay? Did we have a blackout?
It was just a brief second. All of a sudden, Consiglio seemed to vanish, and now he's back, and it appears full strength here, going after Max Fatal as if he's a new person. And there's that rolling unprettier Fatal almost with a fatal crash there with our canvas, as Consiglio seeming now to be dominating. And again, it's like a brand new person out there, full of energy. Not exactly sure what happened. We're going to have to see if we can get some sort of view. Maybe he's got a twin that crawled out from under the ring, refreshed or something.
Do we got footage of that? Like, of the lights out? Maybe we can try to identify something?
I'm not sure, but Max Fatal now trying to fight back, delivering a nasty DDT here on the outside, but Consiglio seemingly again to be refreshed, not a drip of sweat on him after these two have been doing battle for, minutes now.
Maybe the lights heal him. Maybe when the lights are out, he's getting healed in the dark?
I have no idea. I don't really believe in all that supernatural jargon, although, between Nightmare Sparks and Mad Dog X, and now this creepy clown Tyler Consiglio, I'm starting to maybe believe a little bit in this supernatural. There's been some strange, unexplained things happening here in HWA, and not on the scale that they happen over in Lit, but a lot of that watching Lit on TV, I kind of just chalked it up to lights and mirrors, but seeing it firsthand here in front of me, starting to kind of doubt myself. And Mr. Rollerson, you asked about twin clowns. I don't know the answer, and there's the rolling unprettier outside right here in front of us. on this thinly padded concrete floor. Max Fatal still trying to fight back here. This man, he's got to have the highest stamina and the highest pain threshold out of anyone I have ever seen after the damage he takes and continues to try to fight back. And again, Mr. Rolliston, I don't know if Twin Clowns is the answer or not. That's what we're trying to figure out. I have no answer for what I just saw. And Max Fatal coming in here with an answer for this Twin Clowns as he clubs Consiglio over the forehead with a chair. There's chairs and kendo sticks all over the place here in this one. And now Max Fatal appears to be opened up. That knee shot to the face. You can see blood pouring from the nose of Fatal. Oh, a quick spear out of nowhere. 2 and 3. Tyler Consiglio with a win. I don't know how he got so much pop in that spear. He wasn't very far away from him. It's like he's got springs for legs. He just shot from maybe just a step away when he hit that spear. But it did the job and put Fatal away.
I mean, there's definitely a connection with those lights out. There must definitely be a connection with that. Because there's no way that... I mean, if he had a tweet, we would have seen it, right?
Well, we've seen Doink the Clown. He hid under the ring for hours, didn't he? In the old days when WWF was a thing.
Yes.
Maybe it was something like that, and now who's he gesturing to? At the end here, he was pointing out back somewhere as if pointing to someone.
Who is he?
Not exactly sure who he was pointing at, but into the next action here as we've got the yellow hair. This is Jacob Cole taking on the black and white striped haired Drey Havikk. So a very interesting match. A battle of the pretty boy hairstyles, I guess. Jacob Cole looking to avenge the loss that he had in round 1 of the King of the Ring tournament, trying to get himself back on the winning side of things. He if you remember Jacob Cole, again, with the yellow top hair here, started off his tenure with HWA as a member of the Townsend Enterprises until Townsend basically backpedaled on him and stabbed him in the back. Ended up actually kicking him out of Townsend Enterprises for whatever reason. I guess he was supposed to win a match and didn't, and Townsend turned on him.
I mean, CFT always sues people and always fires them for stupid reasons, so maybe he got tired of the bullshit, just went full complaint mode to CFT, and CFT fired him probably for it.
No, maybe. So he's off on his own now, trying to reestablish himself here in HWA, and this is a pretty good start for that if he can take out Drey Havikk. Drey Havikk, part of the former tag team with him and Michael Blaze, actually called Havikk, spelt differently than Drey actually spells his last name. But very exciting superstar, high flyer type, as is Jacob Cole. Jacob Cole maybe a little more technical. Cole now tossed in the corner, a series of stomps delivered here, and now look at that, Drey Havikk leaping to the air, delivering both feet into the chest of Jacob Cole. Who do you have in this one, Sander?
Well, I find it difficult, but if I may say something about it.
Well, we might find out right here. A lung blower pulled off by Jacob Cole, and just not even a 2 count. Drey Havikk kicks out pretty quickly. Continue there, Sander.
Well, I definitely am. For me, I love both competitors, but if I have to pick a favorite here, I have to go with Drey Havikk. I mean, the guy's strong. The guy has a lot going for him. So, I mean, he's strong in the ring, and I mean, no offensive to Jacob, to Jacob, but former CFT members can be a bit. Well, you know what I mean.
A bit special. Oh, there's another. Yeah. It looked like some sort of code breaker. He sends Havikk off the ropes, catches him, throws him up in the air high, and delivers a modified code breaker of some sort there.
Nice. Very nicely done. See, this is why I love both competitors.
New breed, CJ there, I got your message. I haven't had a chance to go through it yet. As you can tell, I'm here live with you right now, so as soon as we end this broadcast, I'll be able to jump over and take a look at that request for you. And now Jacob Cole here going for another pin. There's 2 and a 3 count. Jacob Cole picks up a win.
Congrats.
Big win here for Jacob Cole.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh,
Lance Lee, the manager of Lance Hagen, has just confirmed that Hagen has signed here with HWA. So we just added a giant 6'9", 330-pounder to this roster.
Yeah, the big guy. I think he has a big future in HWA.
You're very familiar with him, are you not?
Well, I mean, I did have some interactions with him, but I think I never really faced him. I think me and Lance Hagen never had a match before.
Well, that may change, as now you're both here in the HWA, and as a look at the final pin, Jacob Cole victorious here, back in the win column here in HWA, and a big one. What's this? Michael Blaze, we mentioned him earlier. Michael Blaze is out here attacking Jacob Cole after he beat his old friend Drey Havikk. Michael Blaze is just letting Jacob Cole know how he feels about that. I thought Drey Havikk and Michael Blaze weren't friends anymore, but you can see them started to slowly rekindle a relationship right here in HWA, and now Michael Blaze not happy that his friend got beat and is now out here beating down Jacob Cole.
I mean, maybe they still have contact. Maybe we never know. Maybe they never lost contact in the first place.
Well, if they didn't, then they certainly pulled the wool over our eyes, because as far as I knew, across the EFED universe, these two were no longer associated.
I mean, if we see Michael Blaze beating up Jacob Cole, if he wouldn't be friends, then he wouldn't beating up Michael Blaze right now, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I mean, it would be a shocker, but I mean, I have no other explanation than that they somehow still had contact. I mean...
Now here's 2 big boppers that we just signed recently. Rock Leone Dickens and Nova Bomb here. Nova Reese. They make their debut and they make it facing each other. And opens right up with an Olympic slam. Rock Leone throwing Nova Reese up on his shoulders and delivering a slam here quick. This could be a main event match in any federation on any given Sunday, as they say it. And here we have it, you know, a few matches in on our card. These are 2 world champions in every federation they go to, and could be future champions here in HWA. And this is a match that people would be paying a lot more money to see. And we get it here in HWA, and this is one that I've been anticipating, so I'm very excited to finally see these 2 in ring together here in hybrid.
Well, I'm glad that they are here in hybrid too, because I had some matches with these two. I mean, I faced Rock Leone once, and believe me, Rock Leone is not someone to sleep on. But Nova Reese? Man, that guy got some skills too. I mean, either one of these could be a future HWA champion.
These are both very hybrid athletes, and the strength of Rock Leone Dickens is very well documented. For his size, the guy is probably pound for pound one of the strongest men in the industry, and he gets powerbombed by Nova Reese right onto that corner of the apron on the outside. Nova Reese knows the power that Dickens has, and he's trying to alleviate some of that now with a slam on the outside, and now bashing him into that corner post.
Oh, let's hope
Nova knows
right.
what he needs to do to take out Rock. He's got to take out that upper body strength, and he's doing a great job working on that right now.
Well, I mean, speaking of World Championships, tomorrow night, the NGW Super Show will be live, streaming with not only one match for the NGW World Championship between Bobby Johnson and Draco. But not only that, we will have a #1 contendership steel cage match between myself and CFT. Streaming live tomorrow night.
CFT, I really, it's hard to believe that he is going for a #1 contendership for anything. Sounds like Nora has a few words for Sander here in the background.
Yeah, we discussed some things for tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
So, I'm not very familiar. Is Sander cool? You are, Dutch, correct?
Correct, yes.
Now, I'm pretty naive. What language were you guys just speaking?
Well, I taught Nora some words here and there, and we talked a little bit. We sometimes talk Dutch. I try to teach her as she tried to teach me her language a little bit. But
now, is it just called Dutch, your language, or
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I was trying to ask without sounding too ignorant there.
I mean, as one of my greatest friends, she tries to learn my language.
Nova going for a power bomb, but Rock Leone quickly reversing that, turning it into a Hurricanrana of sorts, and now Nova out on the apron, and Rock springs over the top rope, delivering a DDT. That's the second time we've seen that from different competitors here tonight. Looking like Rock trying to one-up and do it a little bit better than the last time we saw it. This match going on still. I was paying attention to our conversation here with Sander Cool, but the action inside the ring, hopefully you guys have been paying attention, because this one could definitely be match of the night contention. It's still going strong. Neither man really having much of an upper hand, so to speak. And upper hand as Rock grabs Reese and throws him up on his shoulders and delivers an FU here onto Nova Reese. Reese down, 2, and kicks out.
Close.
Dickens, or Rock Leone Dickens here, thought he had a win over Nova Reese, and there's the powerbomb from Reese. Nova pulls off his finisher, one of the variants of the Nova Bomb, stands Dickens back up here. Series of clubs, and now a big slam. Nova Reese is all fired up, going for a pin here, right in the middle of the ring. 2, and Rock kicks out again.
Oh, see, there's the strength of Rock.
And there's another power bomb out of nowhere. That was a quick one there. Pops him up, and once again, Rock kicks out.
See, the strength of these two competitors is just amazing.
Great heart, great physical strength there, and Nova Reese trying to end this one, sizing him up, but no, Rock Leone saw that one coming, able to catch Reese with an arm drag instead. Looked like Nova setting him up for a big Nova bomb there. Well scouted, though, by Rock Leone. Match continuing, and just as we thought Nova Reese had the upper hand, now Rock trying to regain control of this one a little bit. I think he's going for some sort of arm bar or choke there, but not working out for Rock Leone.
Well,
Back and forth trading blows now here in the middle.
I mean, you got to figure out your opponent. You got to figure out, how do I counter each move?
These two know each other very well from XCW and IWA days, plus other federations. So these two know each other very well. And now Rock has, he looked like he had him wrapped up in a crossface. That was deep, but Nova Reese able to get that foot just barely onto the ropes for a rope break.
Very smart, very smart.
I don't know how he knew the ropes were close enough to get a foot on, but he did. And now there's a pin again and a 2 count. This time Nova Reese kicking out at 2. Neither man able to keep the other one down. Several pin attempts. And here it is. Here's the big Nova bomb we were anticipating. Into a pin. 2 count, and Rock kicks out again. What's that, like 4 or 5 kickouts?
Well, that should be 4, I think.
Nova now setting up Rock. Rock to his feet, turns around at just the wrong time and eats a spear right in the ribs. Out of the blue, a quick spear, and 2 3/4. Nova Reese is beside himself. What a spear right there. Had no blocking that one. Caught it flush. Yet Rock Leone still able to absorb it and kick out at basically 2 3/4.
I mean, you gotta ask yourself, what do you gotta do now? You gotta bring more. You gotta go out of your way to beat your opponent.
You gotta pull off something extreme or unexpected or something, because the usual moves, your finishers, signatures, nothing seems to be keeping either one of these men down. I mean, I don't know how Rock Leone is still standing after the moves Nova Reese has pulled off here. And here it is, another bomb. This has gotta be it. Standing Rock back up to make sure, but no, Rock reversing that. Coming up, what's he gonna do? Has his arms wrapped up, delivers a pedigree right in the middle of the ring. Rock Leone just hit a pedigree, and Nova Reese springs back to his feet. What is it going to take to keep these two down? This should be a title match, Sander. What is going on here?
Whoever the world champion will be, and they face one of these guys, they gotta bring everything and more. They gotta bring something more out of their toolbox to even beat one of these two guys.
If this doesn't become match of the night, Sander, I'm gonna quit. And there's another 2, and that one was basically 2 5/8 right there. Rock Leone kicks out yet again, and now Nova setting him up for another big move. Got him up. There's a massive Nova bomb into a pin. That's gonna be it. 2 3. I think no. He kicked out.
What?
The referee signals that it was only 2. What is going on here? I could have sworn the hand hit the mat in time for 3. I thought this one was over. Referee signals otherwise. Now Rock Dickens has him up on that middle rope. You know what's coming here? There's that middle rope DDT delivered to Nova Reese. Rock Leone taking a second to catch his breath. Buying himself a little bit of time. Now going for a pin. See if he can put him away here. And another 2 count. Another 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on here? Now Rock Dickens excited, setting Nova up. Something big's going to happen. He's got him up on his shoulder. There it is. Rock Dickens delivers his finisher. Right in the middle. 2. And finally a 3 count. Rock Leone Dickens, who was behind for a lot of that match, comes storming back and picks up a win over Nova Reese. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. That is one for the history books. What a match! Rock, Leone, Dickens, and Nova Reese making their debut here tonight. Put on a clinic for the rest of the roster out back in the locker room.
I mean, congrats to Rock Leone, but also congrats to Nova Reese. These two put up a hell of a wrestling class, so to speak.
And now we've got two big boppers coming up head-to-head. The man with the iron fist, Caleb Shaw, taking on the destroyer here, Konnor Omega.
Oh boy.
I gotta take a few drinks here to regain some of my vocal cords after that last match between Rock Leone and Nova Reese. Some exciting stuff there as the referee gets caught in the way. Caleb Shaw tossing Konnor Omega around. The referee getting knocked down. Looks like he's okay, though, as he's back on his feet, trying to make a pin here. Blaze Radio checking in. Yo to you, sir. I've seen some of your programs. Great to have you here on the show with us live. Oh, a drop kick there from Konnor Omega with no effect as Caleb Shaw just sort of brushing off that drop kick from Konnor here.
Well, good news, SPJ. The match Rock Leone versus Nova Reese is now trending worldwide on Twitter as the #1 match for tonight.
I know after this one, I'm going to go back in and pay a little closer attention and re-watch that one when I don't have to be calling it here. And it looks like Blaze Radio has Konnor Omega for the win in this one.
Well, let me return the question to you.
Why would you pick anyone to beat Caleb Shaw, this man with the iron fist? But maybe Blaze Radio, very seasoned in the industry, knows basically every wrestler that's out there very well from his years and years of experience and follows every federation that's out there. So maybe he knows something that the rest of the world doesn't about Konnor Omega.
I mean, I gotta go with Caleb Shaw on this one.
I try to remain as non-biased as I can. When it comes to certain people like CFT, I have a hard time. But look at this! Exploder suplex! Konnor Omega catching Caleb Shaw. Konnor is definitely fired up for this match here.
And this is a good one for Mr. Rollison. It's not that we think Konnor will win, we just hope he does.
There's a very a good sense of reason right there. I can understand that one.
Same. I can really understand that one.
Here on the outside, looks like Caleb Shaw has different plans, though, as he just bounces Omega off that steel post. Just standing in the ring, sort of waiting for Omega to get back on his feet is Shaw. As soon as Omega gets back up, Shaw with that massive clothesline, taking Konnor back down. And now it seems, you guys' prediction or hopes may not come to fruition here. Caleb Shaw has this one in hand. No, seemingly, but now Konnor back on the attack.
Oh, this is interesting. Oh, okay, this is interesting.
We know these two are both big, heavy hitters. We've seen them, all over the EFED world, but I didn't think that there's really many people out there that can match or not be just overcome by the power that Caleb Shaw has.
Well, SPJ, I gotta agree with Mr. Rollison here, as again he says something that I agree with. Just like football, anything can happen. And anything can happen in wrestling too.
Yeah, I guess all it takes is a mistake or two here and there. Maybe someone gets a little too cocky, something like that. Maybe a little bit of luck. But Omega now with a quick power bomb there. Didn't look like it had much behind it. Just the one count as Caleb Shaw kicks out pretty easily. And what's this? Rollerson thinks that Sinister would destroy Caleb Shaw. Sinister being one half of our tag team champions here, the Inglorious Bastards. Sinister, you know, if you're not familiar with his real name, that's Lucian Gage. Rollerson is the manager of the Inglorious Bastards.
I'm very much familiar with Lucian. I faced him a couple of times.
And what's this? Omega had Shaw dangled over that middle rope, climbs out on the apron and delivers a knee to the side of the head. That could be what's needed to turn the tide here to put this one in Omega's favor. But Shaw popping up quickly. And look at this. Look at this submission hold. I don't know what you call it, but he somehow got that leg wrapped around Shaw's neck. I think his whatever, his traps are a little bit too big here for Omega to use that lock. Pretty creative, but that's not going to work on a man the size of Caleb Shaw, I don't think. Now, what's the term? Nice. Trapezes, I was trying to say?
Something like that, yeah.
Now here we got Caleb Shaw standing out on the apron. Omega climbs out with him, and there's a suplex. Suplexes Shaw down onto the corner of that apron.
Oh yeah, this brings good old memories from a whole different time. Sander got a lucky win over Sinister to win his IC title in NEW. It wasn't lucky. I beat him fair and square, to be honest. And of course, I was Sander's manager at the time.
And there's a 3 count. Konnor Omega pulls out a win over Caleb Shaw. Big win here, and I guess your guys' prediction was right, as Omega, the Destroyer, picks up a W over Caleb Shaw.
Big win, big win.
Big win indeed. Blaze Radio with a slow clap there. Let's, now, this is in quotations for Blaze Radio. End quote.
Nice.
Konnor Omega standing up on those mid ropes, gesturing to the crowd. Very happy with himself with a big win right here. I don't imagine Caleb Shaw very pleased with that. He comes up and hits a quick finisher out of nowhere, getting Shaw dazed just long enough for the referee's hand to slap. And just like that, Omega picks up a win. Now, here's a very interesting matchup, folks. We've got Noah Rivers coming in here, taking on Ryan Steele. Now, we know that the Rivers camp and the Townsend Enterprises camp very much in a heated rivalry in most E-Feds out there. So it's pretty interesting seeing these two in the ring together here in HWA. Joe Rivers not here with us tonight. He did check in through the Twitter feed, so I bet he's at home watching this one pretty closely as his brother takes on one of his rivals, Ryan Steele.
Well, Jamie Rollinson is going with Ryan Steele on this one. Well, I say fuck CFD, fuck Steele. I'm going with his opponent.
I wouldn't expect anything less. I know your history with CFT is we've got Townsend standing down on the bottom of the screen here. You can see his head a little bit. I'm surprised that we haven't had Clarence. I don't want to get sued again for slander, as Townsend has been pretty quiet here today. We heard him last on the... Hey, don't touch that.
What?
We had a little kid reaching over here, touching, almost gonna ring the ring bell. I don't know how our bell ringer, too wrapped up in the match, wasn't paying much attention here. But Yeah, it's great to not hear Townsend's voice, to be honest.
I'm glad we don't have to hear him. I mean, he was in such discussion with Donald Trump, and I mean...
that was a very interesting one, folks. If whoever's on, if you didn't watch the King of the Ring pay-per-view, that was a huge episode, folks. We had the president, or the perhaps former president of the United States, Donald Trump, was live with us. Sander Cool was here beside me as usual, and we had CFT and Donald Trump going at it live on the mics right here at our King of the Ring match.
I mean, maybe one day we can have CFT versus Donald Trump. I would love to buy a ticket to that match.
Well, both of them are now signed full-time to HWA, so who knows, anything could happen. We saw a clown disappear. You know, if a clown can disappear out of the blue, then perhaps CFT can fight Donald Trump. Who knows? And now the action again taking place here on the outside. Noah Rivers doing some damage to Ryan Steele directly here in front of us. The stand-up, there's no telling what was going to happen there. I was half expecting, them to try to put each other through this damn table. We haven't seen a lot of that, thankfully. That saves us some money. We see that happen all the time in other federations, but luckily to this point, 13 or 14 shows in, we're still with the same table here, well intact, saving us some money.
I mean, that table is still very strong. I'm surprised.
What a kick to the face! A nice wheelbarrow kick now, delivered from Ryan Steele. Now Rivers leaning on those ropes. Steele taking advantage, lifts him up, gets the feet on the top rope, and delivers a sort of stunner or neck breaker variant here onto Noah Rivers, but Rivers able to kick out of it. Oh, indeed, and now it looks like Noah trying to put in some offense now, taking his turn. A little back and forth action so far.
Perfect.
I was here reaching down for my snack, but it looks like the kid that was gonna ring the bell was just distracting as her friend reached over and must have stole my damn Pop-Tart.
Hey!
Because now, as you can hear, all I have is an empty Pop-Tart wrapper. And where's Nicole to bring me another one?
Hey,
I just got the old bait and switch here.
You gotta admit, the kids of today are pretty smart.
And my coffee's almost gone. What am I going to do, Sander? We still have a few matches left here tonight. Well, now the action back outside again on the opposite side of the ring. My monitor here I have to take a peek at because neither of these men tall enough for me to really see over the ring. And now...
Yeah, I got to get my monitor here too. Ooh, this is... Oh, okay, come on. Shorter sponges.
Ryan Steele very happy with how things are going to this point.
Hey,
gestures to the crowd. You talking to over there, Nora?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if she's willing to help Nicole out here for a minute.
All right, I appreciate it. What the heck was that?
Oh.
Noah Rivers just tossing Steele up over his shoulder and catching him with a knee to the face as he came back down. Lots of moves that I have never seen before in my life being pulled off here recently.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things you haven't seen in your days and that are happening right now.
That's true. This new generation of superstars, as we see here, this hybrid superstar.
Yeah, wat is er?
Sander Cool seems to be having a little altercation with a fan behind us.
Yeah, as for Jay, I gotta go.
All right, Sander.
I got some NGW discussions to do.
Well, it was great having you, and good luck in your steel cage match against CFT.
Thank you. I'll see you later.
DDT delivered here to Ryan Steele. There's a 2 count, and just 2 as Steele kicks out. Noah Rivers not happy with that. Looked like as Rivers was walking towards the referee, he tripped over the head of Ryan Steele and dropped down to a knee. The distraction of him yelling at the ref Steele able to catch him with a kick to the face, but not enough to keep Rivers down. Now we've got Ryan Steele back on the attack again, delivering a gut buster there onto one knee. Not quite enough to keep Rivers down, and there's a nasty DDT delivered to Ryan Steele. Noah should be going for a pin bite right now, but chooses to pick Steele up, and there's another package DDT. That one's got to be it, or capture DDT rather. 2, and there's a 3 count. Noah Rivers picks up a win over Ryan Steele. What a win here tonight. The crowd is going crazy. Noah, who's this? This is him. Lance Hagen is here in the building. But why is he going after Noah Rivers? Little stare down, but the big man lifting Rivers up and choke slamming him through the ground. Why would he come to the aid of Ryan Steele and CFT? Why would Lance Hagen come to the aid of Ryan Steele and Townsend Enterprises? Now the big man is here, making his presence felt. But it makes no sense to me to come out here attacking Noah Rivers. What can this mean, folks? Lance Hagen making himself seen here after proving the rumors true. Lance Hagen has signed with HWA, but why would he come out here and put the smackdown on Noah Rivers and seemingly coming to the aid of Ryan Steele and Townsend Enterprises? See if we can get that question answered soon. But we have the champion making his way to the ring now. This is a non-title match, but our heavyweight champion, we see here, Gorilla Cruz, taking on Nick Bruiser. Now we know the history, if you've been following the show, that Nick Bruiser and the whole O'Connor Incorporated has had here since the first episode of HWA Universe, the reboot. Bruiser coming in along with the other big man you see out there. We haven't seen Mr. Morocco in ring action, but we saw what him and Bruiser did to Trey Jeter. In a sense, ending Trey Jeter's, at least his season here in HWA. Aaron O'Connor, as you can see there on the left, on the top of the screen, one of the other of the 3 bald men here in O'Connor Incorporated, basically using Trey Jeter to make a statement to Gorilla Cruz. As we all know that have been following Cruz throughout his career, he does not respond well to threats. This is not going to be a wrestling match, folks. This is going to be a brawl, as we have Nick Bruiser, one of the toughest brawlers out there, taking on Gorilla Cruz. And now Aaron O'Connor and Mr. Morocco there going after Cruz. They've got Gorilla surrounded there. Keep an eye on it, folks. Get security ready, because they look like they're trying to make an example out of Cruz here. Mr. Morocco standing by. Aaron O'Connor seems to have backed off there. I was waiting for all hell to break loose, but it looks like they may be letting Nick Bruiser have his shot here after all. I thought that we were going to see the O'Connor Incorporated just surround and team up and just devastate Cruz here, but no, it looks like at least for now they backed off. Now the big man Cruz up top going for a stomp from the top ropes, coming down empty as Bruiser, saw that the shadow eclipsing the sun here and able to dodge the bullet here in a big way. Big 300-pound gorilla Cruz, the silverback, flying from the top rope with those huge feet. I believe he's like a size 17 or 20. We're going to come crashing down on Bruiser, but Bruiser able to see the eclipse and dodge that one here. There's a cutter under Gorilla Cruz. Bruiser thinks he has this one in the bag. 2, and not quite a 2 count. The champion kicks out here. James Rollerson thinking Trey Jeter may come back stronger than ever. I don't know about that. He is not fit for duty here, at least to this point in HWA, and our medical staff has deemed him out for the season. We did have Trey on with us a few shows ago. I believe it was episode 11 before the pay-per-view. It's nice having Trey on, making his way back to the States after spending a few weeks in Jamaica with his sister. And what's going on here is the big man, Mr. Morocco's in. Mr. Morocco breaks this one up. Now he's got his hands on Cruz, tossing Cruz into the turnbuckle and delivers a drop kick. This giant man drop kicking Gorilla Cruz. The referee kicking him out. The referee has had enough. He kicks Mr. Morocco out of this one. Just in time for Cruz to deliver a spear. And there's just a 2 count on Bruiser. Mr. Morocco gets himself kicked out of this one after he drop kicks Gorilla Cruz. Cruz, instead of being damaged, it seems to have fired the Gorilla up. And Gorilla, the silverback, firing on all cylinders now. A series of clotheslines. Now he just tosses Bruiser up on his shoulder, and what a DDT there. Just a 2 count, dropping Nick Bruiser on his forehead. Able to pick up just a 2. And a 3 count. The champion picks up a win over Nick Bruiser. Indeed, Mr. Rollerson, the champion, overcomes the numbers here and picks up a win. Maybe that'll put a nail in the coffin to this feud here and shut up Aaron O'Connor. Gorilla Cruz is just tired of playing with this O'Connor Incorporated. As you can see him there now, staring down all 3 men, or well, the 2 that are left here at ringside. Aaron O'Connor half expecting him to get involved here, but he stays out of it. Even now staying on the outside as our champion walks around as if challenging everyone. Speaking of challenging everyone, here is our King of the Ring. Look at that King of the Ring strap he's got around his waist. James Black, folks, making his way down to the ring to have a few words for the hybrid universe. James Black got inserted into the King of the Ring tournament to take the place of the injured Trey Jeter, skipping around, and then ends up coming in number 9 in that King of the Ring Rumble, and ends up beating everyone out for it. You can see now he's got that strap around his waist. Let's hear what he has to say.
Make some noise, HWA, make some noise. Yes. I once heard a wise man say, it's good to be the king. And at the time, I didn't understand exactly what he meant when he said it. But now, more than ever, I understand perfectly clear what this man meant when he said it. And I can attest firsthand that, man, it is good to be the king. As I was on my way here to the ring, this fat guy right back here, I believe about the third row back, this fat guy, I heard him asking the question,
I can't believe they're
what is
zooming
it
in
like
on
to be
the
the king?
fat
Let me
guy.
tell you, young man, what it's like to be the king. All the women want you. All the men want to be you. All the kids idolize you. This is what it's like to be the king of HWA. And my official first order of business is simple. You will not address me as James Black. You will not even address me as Mr. Black. From here on out, you will address me as King James. Now, before I wrap this up, I want to put the champion, Gorilla Cruz, on notice. And not only Gorilla Cruz, but I want to put everyone in the back on notice. You won't even see it coming. The king has spoken. No chance.
What's that music? That's Gorilla Cruz's music. Our heavyweight champion, Gorilla Cruz, is making his way down to the ring. This is going to be explosive, folks. You've got Gorilla Cruz, who just beat Bruiser, standing toe-to-toe with the king of the ring, James Black. We all know the implications here, folks. The king of the ring can challenge for the heavyweight title at any and every single pay-per-view if he chooses to, whether he inserts himself along with the number one contender or if he leapfrogs the number one contender. It's his choice. It works kind of similar to the briefcase would and the Money in the Bank, but it is only towards that heavyweight championship, the pinnacle of HWA. As of right now, Gorilla Cruz has that title. James Black wants it, and he can basically go after it at any pay-per-view that comes up challenging for it. Whether he's number one contender or not, folks, he could, again, leapfrog right over the number one contender to challenge for that title. So a very interesting dynamic here in HWA. Looking forward to seeing how that plays out. Well, folks, episode 12, as you can see here, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It only takes 0.5 seconds to click like. Thank you again for watching episode 12. I look forward to seeing you all again in the near future for episode 13. The card will be dropping shortly as we see if we can work out some of these feuds, and hopefully we can get a look at James Black in the ring, and hopefully we can, see what's going on with Lance Hagen, get some answers why he jumped in and basically came to the aid of CFT and Ryan Steele. A lot more questions it brought up in this one, I believe, than we have answers. So, folks, continue following along. I look forward to seeing you all. This is Stephen Benoit Jericho on behalf of the Hybrid Wrestling Alliance and the Hybrid Universe Show. Have a good day, folks.